What's going on, my fellow YouTubians? Hope everyone's having a wonderful day. So I got a few personal PMs and a few messages requesting, just concerning a couple questions about the Sig 556XI on disassembly and reassembly, or just basically how to clean this firearm. So I figured I would do that and show you guys how to take down the Sig 556XI. There's different ways you go about doing so. This video is going to be on the basic steps of breaking down the Sig 556XI. So as always, I got my bolt on the left hand side. So as always, want to make sure clear the firearm. Clear. No ammo. It's on safe, as you can see. So where you want to start at first to disassemble the firearm, you can use any rod, any pins to take the takedown pins. So you're going to start from the left hand side, pushing towards your right. So you want to push that one, and you'll push this one here. And as you can see, come right on up, just like that. And there you go. Here's your lower. And with the lower, there's not too many things to do on here, but to clean, make sure it's nice and lube. The places here that you might want to lube up, let's get a close up on here, is as you can see where the bolt makes contact with the hammer. So make sure that's nice and lube. Know that you see how it's nice and greased. And basically, those are the main things you want to take care of on here, on the lower. Make sure your pins have a nice sort of lube as well, so easy access, pushing them in and out. So the biggest thing here, it will be on the upper receiver. As you can see. Alright. So in order to take this top portion, let me see if I can get better quality here. There we go. Take apart the upper carrier bolt and your operating rod. You can see this, your bolt and rod will not come off unless you take down excuse me, the charging handle. Alright, so with this being here, here's our charging handle catch that releases the charging handle on the other end. As you can see, it'll move. So by doing that, you will have to, there's another pin here. Let's see if I get a close up on here. Your detent here that will release. This gives you access to move it up and down. So if you don't remove the charging handle here, your bolt will not, the operating rod, excuse me, will not come out. So let me show you guys that portion. So I can slide it out and push it down, and your operating rod, your spring, will not come out. So what you want to do is put this back in, push your detent, lock it back in, and start from this side. So you'll do the your bolt release here. That'll release your charging handle here, and it comes off that easy. Let me see if I get better. Alright, that's a little bit better. So one of the things is your bolt charging rod, make sure that it's lined up also in there, so your charging handle will be easier to go in. Alright, let me see if I got that right. Alright, yep. So to proceed on to that, you just hit the detent again here. You'll see how easy it comes out. There it is. Here's your your gas valve that came off, and your operating rod. As you can see, make sure it's facing downward. Let me see if I get a close up on here. So your charging handle will be easier to go in. Slide right on in there. Alright, so there's your operating rod. And that's how you remove your rod. And then your bolt carrier group will come slide right on off. Sorry about that. And this is similar to, if you guys are familiar with the AK, same way. It's just an upgraded version. And as you can see, that's where your charging handle goes in, slides right on in, either on the left or on the right. So one of the ways, you know, as you can see, it's nice and lubed up. I lube it up where metal to metal make contact, down here, inside here, just where it has an indication of metal touching each other. So you want to go ahead and line it up like you normally do. Slide it on in. Make sure this piece here lines up with that. It'll catch right on in and slides right on, just like that. And that's it. That's your basic ways of removing your operating rod, your bolt carrier group. And there's the bottom. And as you can see, I grease up on the rails as well, all inside. And other thing is, the only way you're able to remove your handguard is by removing your lower, because that pin goes inside there, and all you do to remove your lower is slide it out. It's a little bit tight, but that comes off. And that'll be it on this. So if you want to remove your rails, you know, Allen wrench, you have to remove your front sight, and there's 3 screws, 1, 2, and show you guys, and 3 on the back. And what you do once you remove those pins, you push your upper rail system up, and that comes off. And everybody's been asking me, does my gas tube move? And yes, it does. It moves either way. Let me show you that. Up or down. And the only way you'll remove this gas tube is by removing your front sight block here. Pins, if you're a gunsmith, you could do it, but if this is your first time, definitely I would get a professional gunsmith to do this work. But figure you could do it. You know, it's always good working on your own guns, knowing them well. But if you never have worked on firearms before, that's one of my recommendations, that you get a gunsmith. So hopefully this will answer a lot of you guys' questions on here of the 6556. So we'll go ahead and do the reassembly. So this is just basic stuff that you do in removing and taking apart the function parts on this firearm. So with that, let me see if I get it better. So that's where you'll slide your bolt. Make sure it's aligned perfectly on here. Give me a second. There we go. I apologize. So basically, you follow the same guidelines as an AK of lining up your bolt and stuff with the rails on here on the back. and it'll slide right on in. As you can see, there's your hole for your charging handle piece to go in. Next piece will be your rod, and like I mentioned before, make sure your rod goes in the same way, so you'll have that hole right there, and you can just hold your bolt with your finger here, slide in your operating rod on here. Let me show you guys, and as you can see, if you have it on the wrong way, let me see. If you have it like upwards like that, as you can see, it will not go through. Let me see if I get a better picture. Oh, there it is. So make sure that it's perfectly aligned just like that on there. Then with that, you slide your gas valve tube, if you want to call that, lock it in, and as you can see, it has moved a little bit. Make sure everything, there we go, make sure everything is lined up with bolt carrier. Make sure that your charging handle points up. Either way, if you put it on the right or on the left, make sure this word that spells up, it's up. So you'll go ahead and try to wiggle it in. Make sure you the bolt release so it'll slide on in. It is a little pain in the butt at first. Let me see if I get it here. It takes a little bit of wiggling, and there it is. It slides right on in, and you see that's your assembly for the upper. Sorry it's taking along. I just want to make sure that you guys get everything that you guys need in case you guys do pick up one of these, and how to take it apart. So those are your steps on taking it apart. And then with the lower handguard, make sure, as you can see here, these lines, make sure they're aligned with it, and all you do is slide it. Make sure, yeah, okay. Make sure, and everything's like real tight first, but make sure that, let me see something. Give me a second, and that's the thing with these things that slide on in. Got to make sure, as you can see, that the it didn't slide on this side. So it's giving me a hard time to put it in, and hopefully you got a little few tools. Just bang them out, bang it right back on out with a hammer. Not a big deal. And there it is. Sorry about that. So make sure in the front that both sides on here are aligned, and you shouldn't have a problem with that. Slide them back in, make sure it goes in, and then the charging handle will align with where the takedown pins go in. So there it is, nice and snug. There you have it for your lower handguard. And then all you do is connect both pieces together. Push the takedown pins. And there you have it. And so you do a functions check. And there it is, gents. Disassembly and reassembly on the 6556XI. Hopefully this video helps you guys out in taking one apart, and once you use it, you know, go ahead and clean it out, do it real nice, and it's not too difficult once you get your hands on it. So hopefully this helps out a lot of you guys with the questions with the gas tubes on how to remove it, how to assemble it and reassemble with the charging handle piece here. I know I had trouble when I first got it. I removed it from the right side and tried to put it on the left side, and for some reason it wasn't going in, but it's just breaking in the firearm. with anything. And I mentioned in my last video that with the same thing with the magazine, it was hard locking in the mag. Had a few rounds failure to eject and failure to extract, but it's just all after that a few probably around 30 to 50 rounds of cycling at the range. It's working perfect now, working fine, no problem at all. So just definitely have to break it into more so it'll be a lot more smoother. But yeah, hopefully this helps you guys out with this firearm. Definitely a great firearm on the market. So there you go. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Sorry it's taking a while, but I just wanted to make sure that everything was in there on how to do it, on taking it apart. Alright guys, well I appreciate you guys watching this video. As always, remember to subscribe, like, share, and leave a comment. Alright guys, well as always, take care and stay safe.